Alright, here's the much awaited video everybody has been wanting to see regarding the air conditioning in the 2019 Deere 1025R. So I have the side panels off because I'm doing some just routine maintenance, but I figured I can also show you what I've done down here. So I have a upgraded alternator. I put, just for fun, this is a amp meter, so I can keep a track of how much the alternator is putting out. Because it is a higher strength alternator, I added a second charging wire here that's fused, and that will go over to the battery. Let me pop the hood here. Okay, now I got the hood popped. So I ran big gauge cable. I don't know what the actual gauge was. That 9.5 millimeter. That runs up to a 100 amp solenoid that is switched on the inside so that I can turn everything on and off from here. And it is fused right there in case anybody's curious. It's just the standard stock John Deere battery. So we'll go over to the inside. So I have the AC switch here for the relay, and then the inverter is in the back corner, and my big boy wiring runs all the way from the front to the back. I have the ground hooked up to the chair, one of the chassis mounts. This is just a 1,000 watt inverter, pure sine wave. And then here's the big boy. So it's a 6,000 BTU, 110 volt air conditioner. The specs are right there if you're able to make it out. So 6,000 BTU, and it runs 4.6 amps. So I just put the temporary caulking on, so it's still a little bit wet. But it's this, you can see, it's this temporary kind of gel stuff that cures, and you just grab it and you can peel the whole thing off. But it's 1/2 inch thick polycarbonate, so no matter what you do to it, you're not going to be able to break it. And then on the inside I have these J bolts, so I put 3 on each side. 1, 2, 3. Same on the other side, and that pulls this polycarbonate back into the chassis of the tractor, and then you seal it with that caulk. I have 3 more J bolts up on the top too. The bottom rests on this little, I don't know what you would call it, but so there is some bottom support as well. The air conditioner is held up by literally, I just took the mount that the air conditioner is supposed to fit in the window with, and I used some self-tapping screws. I don't think you can see it from here, but I drove little tiny self-tapping screws down all the way across, and then sealed it. And then just for extra security measure, I put it's just a little piece of flat iron that hooks on and kind of gives that a little extra support if you need it. But this thing works great, so I hope that answers everybody's questions. I guess the one thing I didn't do is I'll show you that it works. So push and hold, it powers it up. Turns on automatically. The fan kicks on first. And the fan, I think it'll run for, I don't know, a minute or two before it kicks on the compressor. The nice thing is the inverter shows the wattage there, so it's 83 watts right now, just the fan. Shows the voltage in and the voltage out. So when this thing runs, It literally blows right on your back, which is perfect. And it's nothing fancy, it's just a regular AC. It's not an inverter or, whatever the fancy dual stuff is. It's just plain old air conditioner I think I bought at Walmart. And that's the temperature I have it set to. That's not the outside temperature, in case curious minds. There it goes. So compressor kicks on. Now you can see my watt flow is 350 or so. And the voltage in obviously dropped because I don't have the tractor running. But let me start it here. Is slowly coming up because I have it at idle. But if you look up here, that's my tractor battery voltage right now. So if I rev her up, so I hope that helps. I just turn it off with my switch.